Oh, Nickens. No, let it go. Oh, Saunders back into the pack. Sponsor. Donovan's in it. Sean English is in it. Oh my God.
Caution! No way. Or he's gonna dive bomb him. Here he goes. He's gonna try a bump. All the way to his bumper. Can he shove him? Can't do it. Dylan is gonna win it here in Iowa.
Bump and run! Oh, he's done this before!
Bump and run, the 61 to the inside. Can he make it work? He's got it.
Inside of the 02. He's sliding! Oh, Burrows is around! Oh, the wrecking right in front of him. That's Mokrin.
Jones, great run on the high side.
Drive off the corner and...
It's gonna be side by side. This is gonna be a photo finish 3 wide out the wire. And that's the stripe. It's gonna be Ruggles! Oh my God, what a finish! Pace car is in. We're up and away. Green flag.
61, Dominic Howell.
Oh, he gets hooked! Oh my God! Hard as the wall! Huge track on the start finish line. Who comes out on top?
Dallas Myhan wins.
Dallas Myhan wins it! What? Make quick work of that number 9 of Eric Andrews. Andrews washes up the racetrack. Oh, let's go! Oh no! Oh! They're gonna be wrecking. That's the big one. Oh my God! Corner's involved. They're still wrecking. World Center of Racing presents NFRL Berserker Series round number 8 here at Daytona for 130 miles. Hello, everybody. My name is Zico Reyes. Going to be broadcasting here on Twitch tonight. Not going to be broadcasting on YouTube because YouTube is having a lot of problems right now, and I can't get the live stream to work correctly. So we had to move it on to my main Twitch channel. So, yep, here we are. It won't affect the broadcast in any which way. So. Glad you're here for tonight to tune in for this good one we have here tonight. We're going to pull up points here right in front of your screen. Zach Nichols still retains your points leader. Carl Hanwork in the second place. John Furnish, Kevin Foster, Chase Bonser. Bonser rounds himself into the top 5. One of the proximity machines, Thomas Harmon, Matt Kemp, Aaron Mulrooney Jr., Derek Winter, Bryson Clark, Joseph Kizek, Mark Stryker, Vince Marsh, Tyler Logan, Connor Crichton, Evan Rice, Joshua Crane, Kyle Smalley, Skylar Carnes, and Presley Gilson, rounding out that top 20. Zach Nichols has the most wins in this season with 2. And with this kind of racetrack right in front of us, we're going to crown probably a different winner here tonight. I'd really be surprised if we get another repeat winner, but we'll find out after 65 laps. Pull up the standings right in front of your screen. As actually, might as well go ahead and hide them again because we're about to go on to the we're gonna go here just momentarily on to the national anthem, so go ahead, rise out, remove your hats, and salute our nation's colors. If you're now just joining us here for tonight, we welcome you here live at Daytona International Speedway for round number 8. Daytona 130, about to go underway, but before we get forward from the broadcast, yesterday was a very special day. It was Veterans Day. And to all you veterans out here today, watching this broadcast, or if you have a relative, I sincerely thank you for your service and your sacrifice. It's honestly a pleasure to go ahead and have the freedom to do this day to day, week to week, month to month, maybe even year to year. Thank you, all the veterans out there, for serving our country, and we hope you guys all enjoyed tonight's broadcast. We'll go ahead and pull standings up here in just a slight. Nobody has logged in lap, and we have a total of 27 drivers here tonight. So Daytona International Speedway, go ahead and pull up information. If you don't know this track, you must be living under a rock. Track configuration, we're going to be using the oval here for tonight. Track turns 4. Track elevation right next to the beach, so it's very low. Track temp around 71 degrees, and laps total is currently under qualifying, so we're at 2. Actually, here at the Daytona International Speedway. Weather looking nice here tonight, 68 degrees out on the racetrack, with humidity at 1%. Wind going southeast at 3 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies. Casual Florida weather. Race analysis is going to be shown on the right-hand side of your screen. Daytona International Speedway. As I said earlier, you think this is Talladega? Wait till you see where the start-finish line is. Wow. I should have said that for Talladega. Length, 65 laps here tonight, 130 miles. Going to be ran, no stages. Pit window is going to be every 45 to 50 laps. So we're going to have these at 1 pit stop here for tonight. Pit road speed at 55 miles per hour. I don't expect a lot of tires to be used here tonight. If it is, there's definitely something wrong with the setup or something like that. But before we get ourselves in, we're gonna scroll around and see each driver. Out on the racetrack as of right now. Crichton on the back straightaway. himself in a 3 all the way to the low side of the racetrack. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Number 2 takes itself to the bottom side of the racetrack and whips itself around the tri-oval. We're gonna find himself on P8 as of right now. Derek Winter out in the racetrack as well. Chris Worrell in that number 6 machine. He's making his first start here tonight. Watch out for that number 6. Chase Bonser, already a winner this season, looking to go ahead and duke it out again. Evan Rice, also laying before the start-finish line. Liam Sheen, number 21, made his start last week. Didn't run the full race at Chicagoland, but he's looking to go all the way here tonight. Liam Sheen running a SDM paint scheme here for tonight. Parker Tatro, the number 98. Stands before the start-finish line. Zach Nichols also standing before the start-finish line. Cosmin Iodashu in at number 92. At Daytona, numbers matter, and the more teammates you have on the racetrack, the more you can get lines working in, outside, or maybe middle. If there is one. Cosmin works himself across the start-finish line. He'll log himself in 14th. Currently, the person who holds the pole as of right now is Kyle Smalley, the number 57. Works himself around, and Pete Gilson as well on the racetrack. Relative Presley Gilson sitting top 20 in points. See Tatro sitting right there. Derek Winter also out on the racetrack in P16. Start finish line, and he'll log himself into P4. Chris Worrell putting it on pit road, that number 6 machine. There's 2 specified strategies here at Daytona. Either run up front and stay in front of the wreck, or be behind and attempt to dodge it and slow down in time. The place where you want to be watching most of the day is probably going to be towards the middle side of the racetrack. I mean, middle of the pack, which is where everything goes down. If you're at the wrong place, wrong time, you're bound to get swept up in a wreck, especially with this kind of racing. Pack racing. Nothing too much to say, because there's a lot of unknowns on how this race will play out. We've seen the Audis, Nichols, and the Nichols, the Bonsers, Handworks, Furnace, all run towards the front, but if you're running usually a 10th, 15th place car, especially at this high of competition, you're bound. This is your chance to get a good finish. Currently 30 seconds left in qualifying. Evan Rice on the racetrack, Morgan Baird, Parker Tatro, Zach Nichols, Jared Hitre on track as well. And that'll end it for qualifying here. And I don't even know who won the pole. I think it was Smalley, the number 57, who grabbed it. We'll check to see here in just a moment. Go ahead and pull up the leaderboard and pull up the grid, if I could even find it. Boy, I'm having some brain issues right now. Show the grid in front of your screen. Yep, indeed, it was Kyle Smalley who snatched the pole here at Daytona, right alongside of him, Kirk Marble in the number 61. Tyler Logan and Derek Winter going to be starting side by side in row number 2. Row number 3 going to be John Furness, Cosman Ionishu. Row number 4, Aaron Rooney Jr. and Connor Crichton. Row number 5 going to be Joshua Stiles and Liam Sheen. Row 6 going to be Presley Gilson, Thomas Harmon. Back up another row, Kevin Foster, Pete Gilson. Row number 8, Chris Worrell making his first start here tonight, Carl Hanwerk. In that number 4 machine, already has a win this season. Row number 9 going to be Chase Bonser, picked it up at Indy, Vince Marsh alongside of him. Row number 10, Joseph Kizik and Matt Kemp in the 48. Morgan Baird and Parker Tatro going to round out row number 11. Row number 12 going to be Evan Rice and Jared DeHitre. Zach Nichols and Charlton Milley. Nichols picking it up last week at, was that Atlanta? I don't even know where it was. Oh, Chicagoland. Oops. Janie Kurtachi and Mark Stryker going to be rounding out row number 14. That'll be it. I think that's a total of 28 drivers here lining themselves up tonight, so it should be a really, really fun one. That number 11 yet to grid up, but I think since the caution banner flashed, we're getting set to go green. The number 11 does not grid up. The pace car works itself off the pit road. We'll pull up track information in case you missed it. Track length 1.5 miles in length, turns 4, 1 in each corner. Elevation around 40 above sea level. Track temp at 71 degrees. Laps total is 65. Race analysis, 65 laps. Excuse me, I said 75. Miles, 130. Pit winder. I said winder. Gonna be every 45 to 50 laps. Pit road speed at 55. And this is your point standings as of right now. That number 44, Zach Nichols, already 2 wins of the season, sitting in first. Watch that number 44 as he tries to work himself through the field. Carl Hanwerk in the number 4 machine. He's starting around 10th. John Furness as well. All right, the field combatants of 27 work themselves along the banking. Pace car lights are off. We're doubling up here to go green for this one. Apologies I couldn't live stream on YouTube, but we're glad to have you here tonight on Twitch. On Silent Serpent 04 as the pace car slides itself onto pit road. Round number 8 is green. We're up and away here at Daytona. Field of 27 works their way onto the start-finish line and completing lap number 1. Going to be the 57 of Kyle Smalley. Going to lead the first lap of 65 tonight. Working that outside line, that'd be the 61 of Kirk Marble. It's a person tucked up right behind him, that'd be the 9 of, I think that's Derek Winter. Sporting a different paint scheme. Themselves off in 2. Not that, ooh, one car way out of line. That'd be Tyler Logan. He's going to hit the brakes and slide to the rear. And that upset that inside line. And here comes that outside. That number 61 of Kirk Marble wants it. Let's get a nice push from that number 9 machine to Derek Winter. He's going to pull up alongside for the lead. See 2 familiar paint schemes running that low side. Those are the Gilson relatives at number 20 and 19. Rusty Gilson and I don't think that's a. Is it the 20? Oh, actually, that number 20 also sporting the same paint scheme as Presley Gilson in the number 19. I thought it was Pete Gilson in the number 18, who's also running a similar paint scheme. Maybe all 3 of them are teammates, and you need teammates to run here at Daytona, so watch out for those Miller Lite schemes to work themselves around this 2.5 mile trial oval. Work themselves across the start finish line, Kyle Smalley. Here we go, gonna fan out 3 wide, the number 9 of Derek Winter. Scoots along the wall. He has no help, he's gonna drop to the back, and as this front pack is shuffling, this back half of the field has actually separated themselves from 15th on back. Tyler Logan in the number 5 leading this pack. Is currently 2.3, actually 1.5 behind this main pack. As meanwhile up front, battle for the lead is heating up. Number 2 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. works himself to the bottom side of the racetrack. He's trying to drag along that inside to pull up front, but he's going to be leading his first laps tonight. And this number 2 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. does have some teammates as well. You see the 92 sporting a familiar paint scheme. As, boy, that inside line is snaking just a tad. But that number 92, that's Cosman Ionishu. And right behind him, that number 81 of Chase Bonser. Proximity teammates working the bottom side of the racetrack. And if all 3 of them get grouped together, they can make some stuff happen, especially with 3 cars. Work themselves off of 2. Down the back straightaway. Pack of 14 is now pulling away from the second pack. Derek Winter, that number 9 machine, fell out of the draft of this lead pack. Lap number 7. It has to be a bit frustrating to be running around this area behind Tyler Logan in that number 5 machine. If you're single file, you're going to be on a constant checkup because everybody is running up on each other. The way the draft works on iRacing, you have to have some sort of side-by-side battle to keep your momentum flowing. And you saw right there, 2 cars could just make it work on the high side. And that'd be Kevin Foster, I think, and Carl Hanwork working themselves to the front pack of this second group. And all those people have to be aware of it. Meanwhile, this first pack is still racy as ever from the drop of the green. Number 15 of Connor Crichton. He's pulling himself forward Aaron Mulrooney Jr. sneaking in and out. Let's head off of 4 this time by Connor. Pulling forward. And it only takes at least 5 cars to get that outside line working as well. For it to battle for the lead. There's various scenarios that can play out at Daytona. And you gotta be prepared for it. If you're not, you're gonna get shuffled out of pack, out of line, and pulled to the back as that number 6 is gonna scoot to the low side. He'll take the lead. Chris Worrell. That number 6 making his first start tonight. Started 15. He's called himself through the pack. He is now challenging for the lead, and Smalley steals the lap away. Crichton gets out of line. The 15 all the way to the apron. That 15 is going to have to merge up on the track as fast as possible without running into the second pack, but the second pack has to organize to get around this 15, and Crichton is really slow. Crichton's actually going to go out of line, and hopefully he could actually catch that tail of the second draft, or else he's going to be in big trouble. That was all caused of a slight miscue off the corner. Connor caught it sideways. Luckily, the new update at Daytona gives more pavement than grass on the low side. Oh! One car hard into the wall. That's Presley Gilson. These drivers are, as I said, they have to worry on how that 18 is. And that fanned out the field a lot. Now we're, I think, only sporting about 5 drivers in this main pack. No, I guess 8. Everybody's fanned out now. The spread of the field scoots all the way to 7 seconds. Or just about over 7 seconds. And now with this main pack so fanned out, these people behind are going to get a run. Now, do you want to risk the run, especially this early in the race? I don't think you want to. Just file in line and just attempt to log some laps, because it ain't over until the white flag starts waving. As they work through 3 and 4, it looks like we only have 9 cars in this main pack. Liam Sheen, who is running at the tail end of this main draft. Has worked themselves into 8th place. Liam, a substantial super speedway racer in that number 21. May play a key role coming to the end of the race, but as of right now, currently floating around as Chris Worrell clears that 57. He wants to control the pack. Work onto the start-finish line. And only 9 cars in this main pack right now. We'll pan the camera around. Joseph Kizek and Vince Marsh are trying to make something happen. And look how big this second pack is because of that huge checkup. There are a couple people who actually fell out of this second pack. One of them being Pete Gilson, who slammed the wall. Themselves off the corner. You won't see pit stops anytime sooner. These engines run lower horsepower. The Cup cars, you'd be pitting every 30 to 31. That's how far you could actually stretch it. In the Xfinity machines, You could stretch it all the way to 40. And that's not including if you're either lifting to prevent from ramming the guy in front of you, but you're feathering the throttle if you're around 5th place. If you're tucked up with everybody in the pack, and you see the pack is very disorganized. People still weaving in and around, trying to find good momentum. But as of right now, going back to the topic of fuel, you can feather the throttle in these cars, but it's not recommended since these cars run restrictor plates. In the Cup car, you could feather the throttle because they run tapered spacers. The way the tapered spacer is shaped inside the engine gives it a bit more airflow as Mulrooney is going to move up to the high side, and that 6. Oh, a bad bump! That took that number 2 sideways. Oh boy. Great save by that number 2 of Mulrooney. Fortunately, he's going to get challenged with that lead at the 61, but that 6 makes a nice push to the backside of that 2. Pump themselves into turns 1 and 2. Have 2 organized lines. Only 4 cars working that high side. We only have 11 cars, adding Kizik and Vince Marsh to his main pack. We'll scroll back here on how this pack is doing, and now they're going to go side by side for the second pack. This is the dangers of running in the second pack. If these drivers want to push towards that lead pack at the same time. Honestly, the trend I see here, especially running a lot of C-Fix and B-Fix, that second pack tends to wreck more than the first pack. Everybody has a different mindset coming into super speedway racing. If you're in this first pack, you want to run at least, you want to run towards the front. You want to be out of harm's way. And since this first pack doesn't have as many cars, it's not as big of a risk to push the issue towards the front. But if you're in that second pack, stuck side by side, your priority is to get to that first pack and catch their draft. As now we're seeing this front pack start to file in line to the low side. 57 and 6. They're sporting familiar paint schemes. Both running ex-wife paint schemes. They might be teammates as another Supra works itself to the high side. And that'd be Mulrooney. He wants to challenge for the lead, but he's the only one of the only 3 up there. I think it's enough to push that number 2 towards the front. But I'm not sure if it can drag that 6 of World. 19, no, that's not the 19, the 17. That is not the 17, that's the 57. I don't even know what I'm reading. 57, Kyle Smalley towards the front. All's nice and well as of right now. No cautions, everybody running nice and smooth. 61 lays it. The backside of that too. That's particularly dangerous at Daytona. You don't want to push in the corners. And with these curved bumpers, you could easily hook somebody right into the outside wall or towards the infield grass. Out of all the super speedway cars and vehicles that are ran on the service, the most sensitive has to be the Xfinity car, or maybe the K&N car. They're probably a tie, because the back ends do not align up as intended. that car, that'd be the number 18 of Gilson. Luckily for him, he could probably catch the tail of this pack. But that damage is definitely costing him a ton. But as I said, Xfinity cars are the most sensitive on the surface, so they have to be aware of how you push into the corners, how you push on the corner, how you push on straightaways. It's not recommended to push on the corner because the car is already nailed to the ground. And with so much pressure on the tires, one slight upset, like a bump, it takes somebody sideways. I'm surprised with this front pack running as aggressively as of right now. This second pack hasn't made as much ground. They're still just about running side by side. Another thing to keep in mind is, with super speedway racing, everybody has to be on the same strategy to keep in with this whole pack. Have to add the right amount of fuel, especially with a one-stopper like this. You could split the difference halfway. You pit on 30 and make it all the way around. But if you wanna maximize your pit stop, you gotta tinker around, find the right amount of fuel to add in, as well as how many tires you want to take. It's possible to take 2. If I was in this main pack, I'd be mentioning, oh, this is a one-stopper. You're going to take 2 tires, take on 2 lefts, and slap it on with a half a tank of fuel, because you're going to make it all the way around. But that's if you pit halfway and you do have some remaining fuel left. But for right now, everybody's floating around with what they've got as of right now. Not a lot of help on that outside lane. Only 2 cars really pushing the issue. That'd be Mulrooney and the 6 of Chris Worrell. As I say that, the number 57, Kyle Smalley, wants to make something happen. He has Kizak on his bumper as well. Kizak moves into 8th place. Vince Marsh also accompanying him. So now we go side by side. Well, might make it wider, 3 wide. That number 6 is left out to dry. Might have gotten a bit hot under the hood of that 6. Replacing Worrell in line would be the 57 of Kyle Smalley. Work on to the back straightaway. Boy, they're starting to scramble. Trying to get as much side draft as it can, as Mulrooney noses ahead into 3, but that inside line holding fairly nicely. That number 20 of Joshua Stiles. Gilson doing a nice job holding that bottom, but the 57 of Smalley has something to say about it. And the 2 of Mulrooney does clear the 61, but decides not to take it. Well, now he takes it into the corner. That was smart of Mulrooney to take it on entry. But it's costing him on the backstretch. That's to the outside, that number 57. Smalley has Kizak tucked up on the back bumper of him. And that inside line got separated. Joshua Stiles now left alone. Mulrooney gonna drop to the low side. We're looking 3 wide as Worrell, and that number 6 wants to split the difference. Quite do so. They're still looking 3 wide. Good section of this field. Chase Bonser. So works himself into turns number 3. The differences of here in Talladega is way much wider, and of course, as every commentator likes to mention, where the start-finish line is. Talladega, you have more 3-wide running room to, of course, make it 3-wide and work that very high side against the safer barrier here at Daytona. Only tucked around with 2. There's only 2 viable grooves. As you see, the back half of the field is getting really racy. Around where handwork is. These drivers right here aren't making as much time up on this lead pack as they want to. It may be that one driver doesn't want to push a lane, or they got to get something happening. What I'm worried is with this main pack, because this main pack is so small, and if these people go onto pit road, they have to be all in the same strategy. There's a team of 2, the 57 of Smalley and the 6 of Chris Worrell, Proximity, Aaron Mulrooney Jr., Chase Bonser, Cosman Ionescu. As, oh my goodness, we got a car into the wall right in front. That would be Charlton Milley. And that scared that front pack just a slight as they were lapping around the 37. Sketchy scene. If you're a lap car, you want to keep yourself tucked up along the safer barrier. And it's the lead pack's job to work yourself around you. But going along with teammates to pit, of course, Proximity with Rooney, Bonser, and Ionescu. The 57 and 6, and it's like Joshua and Presley are together as well. People who are left out maybe drive from this main pack. Maybe the 14 of Vince Marsh, he probably has no teammates named Gene. And the 21 has nobody to really work with, and the 53 of Joseph Kizek. All the way to the tail end as scrambling yet again. They lap around the number 18 machine. This main pack's this second pack, I mean, it's getting a bit dicey. All these drivers maybe sniffing pit road air. Pit road here in the field. It's like a constant cycle of single file racing to scoot out, jump out of line to put yourself up in position. Only 2 cars on the outside. That'd be the 61 of Burke Marble, the number 20 with Joshua Stiles. They're not making anything happen. Focusing in on the second pack. The second pack contains a lot of front runners and points. Number 44, Zach Nichols is up here. The 4 of Carl Handwerk is also in this mix. Matt Kemp, sitting 7th in points, is also in this mix. Got a lot of people who are playing it safe as of right now. Pit road might have opened the number 18 of Pete Gilson. Lone car on the pit road. And we're working around that fuel window. And if you're the leader, you might have to pit a tad bit earlier than these guys behind you, because if you've been the leader most of the race, you're always stepping on that throttle, no matter what. If you're behind the leaders, you're lifting off to stay off of the back bumper of that leader. So we got a new leader, speaking of, number 6 of Chris Worrell has pulled that Toyota Supra to the front. Still got a lot of racing to go. And if a caution does come out, we'll probably make it from this point on. Yeah, we'll definitely make it from this point on. Issue was peeking towards the low side. Number 2, Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Top 5 the whole entire day. Smalley tagged the apron just to slide that upset the inside line, and here comes the 61. Marble towards the front. Number 20 of Joshua Stiles got out of line at the corner. Now it tucks back in. Depending on how hot that number 20 is, I think the 61 of Kirk Marble will pull to the lead here momentarily. As of right now, the two teammates of that number 6, Chris Worrell and Kyle Smalley. Nice job on the bottom side of the racetrack. Work on lap number 39. The 65. Scoot into 1. You see Kirk just really pinching in that door. Number 6 machine, a bit of contact as the 6 goes sideways. Everybody has to check out. And that is the product of what happens when you try to pinch too hard. That's a great job for everybody to keep it straight. Charlton Millie in and out. That was sketchy. This second pack is 13 seconds behind. And this main pack, everybody's pushing the issue to run that second wire. I mean, that second line. As of right now, so front and rear pack are looking identical as we got some takers going on to pit road. A couple people, one car just totally overshot it. That'd be the teammate of who's on pit road, Joshua Stiles, Presley Gilson, overshooting it, and a whole have to go all the way around to come in and pit. He's gonna be stuck back where the second pack is, and I'll add another car to this second pack as well. So not only is it gonna hurt Presley Gilson, it's also gonna hurt the person on pit road, Joshua Stiles. He's gonna have nobody with him entering onto pit road. I mean, exiting off of pit road. So, since the pit road window is open, coming on in, that number 6 has to lock it up. He might be speeding, and oh, he overshot it. And that might be a penalty in that number 6 machine. That might be a penalty. I am not sure, but we'll see if that 57 is serving it right now. Look at the second pack trying to work around that lap car of that number, I think it's a 37 to Charlton Millie. But if you screw up your pit road entrance, that will cost you. And there's only 5 cars in this main pack. Oh, you see another one really overshooting it. Or might have made it in time. Cosman really pushing the issue onto pit road. And there's 5 cars in this main pack now. Now, if you're the second pack, you hit pit road now. Here they go. Now they got a huge pack right here. Boy, Bonser spun it on entry. Bonser spun it. That didn't catch my eye, but we're going to go ahead and scoot it back. And Bonser, oh my gosh, he nailed the inside wall as well as the 53 of Joseph Kizek. That is not good. Now, that main pack is totally falling apart now because they're not pitting with a lot of people. If you pit with more people, this front pack didn't have to really worry up until pit road was open. And you see right there, Smalley has nobody to draft with. The 92 has his teammate, Mulrooney, and Liam Sheen, who might be partnering up with Cosman and Aaron. But I'm not sure if Liam... No, he is. He has enough room. He has enough draft to suck up to this front pack. Now, Smalley is your leader, but he's by himself. Now, there's a pack of 3, and there's a pack of a spread out of 6. Or, I mean, this is also a spread out of 3. Vince Marsh is left by himself, and this is what's left of this second pack. We've eliminated, I think, too much of this second pack as well because of pit road mistakes. Look how spread out everybody is. They have to get grouped with somebody to get some type of momentum going. This is a pack of 4. This is led by John Furnace in the 82. A pack of 5 being led by the number 44, Zach Nichols. Vince Marsh is by himself. Kizek's by himself now. A pair of 2. Chris Whirl, who's not with his teammate of Smalley. But Smalley's ahead of him, and now we have a pack of 4, and this is for the lead. All these drivers weren't with the right strategy, and this is the result of pit road mistakes, bad entrances onto pit road, and pit road strategies. Some of these drivers might have taken 2. One of the drivers who actually did take 2 was the 15 of Connor Crichton. He's now running with the 44 of Zach Nichols. Joseph Kizek actually only came in to stop for 0.3. He probably needs to pit again if he only pitted for that much. We'll drop it down. And you see right there, he pit 1 lap ago in a 0.35. Well, definitely didn't fuel that car enough. Bonser Looks like the damage didn't give him too much of what I thought it would. And he is stuck in 22nd now. And here we go. Gonna add on another 2 to this main pack. And duke it out with 6. And speaking of 6, number 6 machine of Chris Whirl has sucked up to this pack of 4. And dragged along Kirk Marble with him. And now they're in the hunt for the win. If it stays as is, we're going to have another first-time winner again. 8 rounds. That is unbelievable. Now, since this is such a small pack, you can just grab a teammate and work with him on the high side to get that line going. And you see right there, proximity, an SDM machine. Shram Dadgar Motorsports pulled themselves to the front. Ford, Toyota, Chevy running top 3. Now the question is, Zach has a big pack with him. He has a pack of at least 8. Maybe 10. Might have been 12. Also have 3 right behind him. Now the question arises, can Zach hold up some good momentum to catch this top 6? Last time by, it's definitely working. Matt Kemp is faster than the leader. Cosmin Ionishu. The second pack has to push now. They have to work with each other to swap in and around to make sure people's engines are cooled when they give the push. Now what could help this lead pack is if they catch lap cars and they could sniff off of their draft and they could surge forward. It may be for momentarily, but it might be enough to keep this main pack of 6 in front of that second pack. But boy, if this second pack does catch a caution, or catch some kind of break, this whole lead group is in big trouble. Now they're catching on some lap cars. They're going through, they're double wide. That number 61 of Kirk Marbles finally slides himself into line. Derek Winter, that number 9 machine, has no help. Boy, they're really jamming up. Liam Sheen is... I thought he was about to get turned. I had to hold my breath there for a moment. With 61, Kirk Marble pulls himself into 3rd. And now, since they have 2 lap down cars with this field, this could help their momentum. There's 14 laps to go. Caution could still happen as, man, they're catching up on another lap car. This is, oh, Nicole's had to go to the apron. Well, that's legal because he's not for a position. In my books, that would be illegal. Everybody doing it nicely to get around that lap car, but that totally ruined the momentum of this second pack. And they're now just about 9 seconds behind. This front pack of 6. You got 13 laps to make something happen, so a lot could happen with 13 laps. Unless if you get a caution. Then we'll be under pacing. This is by far one of the cleanest races I've seen, especially at a super speedway. Osman showing his pride, peeking in and out. Might be hot under that car. As Cosman goes around. Oh my goodness, he saved it. Well, he kept washing up, and that destroys this lead pack's momentum. And now it's the top 4 who's gonna pull away. Mulrooney. And this one, we'll see if that number 9 of Derek Winter, who is a lap down, can suck up back to this top 4. By the looks of it, he can, but this is gonna ruin the momentum of this top pack. So these people have to get regrouped and start pushing yet again to get away from the second pack. And you see the time intervals is now floating above 9 seconds now. Now they're gonna take it 3. Liam Sheen gonna pull the number 92 Cosman Ioneshu to the high side, 3 wide for the race lead. It's not working out though. Have to slide back in line and try it again. It's time to see 10 to go. A lot could happen in 10 laps. Remember, the number 9 of Derek Winter, number 24 of Jared Heatre, lap down cars. What I'm worried about is if this second pack gets a bit too antsy on pushing, they're gonna wreck themselves, and that'll be a caution. It's about 6, 7, 8, 9 cars in the second pack. Might be more. Maybe 10 for Vincent Marsh. He's falling out of the draft now. Got a pack of 6 as well, being led by Tyler Logan, the number 5. As of right now, all eyes are on that green dot. If we do see a caution, that'll be a game changer. As they work themselves through turn number 4. There's a great angle. How much around them. You may have a lot of room, but your margin for error is very, very tiny. Right off the corner. Onto the backstretch. Still. Mulrooney is going to cut off the 57 of Smalley, who wanted to split at 3. Smalley's led the most laps. He's led 16 so far. Kirk Marble has led 12. He now ties himself with Aaron Mulrooney, who actually led that lap this time by. Cosman Ioneshu has led 8. Swirl has led 7. Connor Crichton with 2. Joseph Kizek with 1. Oh boy, the 6 got, and the 57 of Smalley got a bit out of line. Luckily for him, tucks back in the line. This time it's 6 to go. If we see a caution, we will get a green light checkered. As, boy, the 61 of Kirk Marble is really forcing the issue. Liam Sheen might be the standalone for this one. At number 21, hasn't been running towards this top 5. Has been floating behind it though. He wants to go, but it's a matter of when. 21 of Liam might be the catalyst on what line moves, and you see right there an aggressive block by that number 2. He comes back down to the 61, blocks the inside lane. That's what the 2 has to do. It's not like he's trying to wreck the field. It's what he has to do to retain the lead. But the 21, Liam Sheen, might be the catalyst on how people will work with each other, as well as these lap cars. These lap cars aren't damaged enough to basically they aren't damaged, so they're 100% good with pushing. Forgot where I was trying to go with that one, but those lap cars could also move around the field as we're gonna split it 3 wide. Smalley wants to come down, has to come down, can't really do so, wants to work with a 6. Now he comes down to block the 61. That was sketchy. Boy, now they're starting to throw some aggressive blocks. So Aaron gets shuffled out of line. He's going to be tucked right behind his teammate, that number 92, Cosmin Ionescu. And Cosmin has to do his best to pull forward. And since the 57 and 6 are separated, that 92 is sort of stuck in a box right now. I think this race is going to go green from all the way from start to finish. This second pack, even though they're looking racy, I don't think they're going to wreck. There's not enough cars to make something happen. It's all the focus on how this goes up front. Cosmin wants to push in the middle of the corner. This time they're going to see 2 laps to go, and that inside line is really pulling forward. But is it enough? Aaron hits the apron. That interrupts the inside line. Liam has to back out. Here comes the 61. Now Kirk Marble wants to pull forward. Kirk gets to pick up a win. And that number 61 has been close a couple of times, as well as the 57 of Smalley. Smalley has 1 pole, but is yet to pick up a win as well. Nobody in this main pack except Aaron Mulrooney Jr. has an NFRL Berserker Series win. But now is their time to shine. And as they head down to the tri-oval, this time by, green from start to finish, white flag this time by, 1 more lap to go. Oh, the 61 gets turned! The 61 of Kirk Marble gets turned! And now it's a matter of who works with who. Cosmin gonna shoot to the high side. Mulrooney didn't want to go with him. Oh, Cosmin goes out of line. Oh, and the 2 gets turned. Mulrooney goes around. Cosmin's also around. There's only 1 car in this main pack, and that's Smalley. Now, does Liam Sheen have enough to go ahead and suck up on this leader? I don't think it's enough. Might be too little too late, that lap car. Can't really push. Here comes the heat tray. He's a lap car. He's trying to push that 21. Can't do it. It's not enough. The 57, Kyle Smalley, off of turn number 4, works himself to the start-finish line. Kyle Smalley's going to pick up round number 8, excuse me, at Daytona. Wow, what a finish. And they wreck across the wire here for 10th, or what was 10th. And that was a hectic last lap. That front pack broke up into smithereens. And all was left was that 57 of Kyle Smalley. And he takes the checkered flag here tonight. Wow. What an abnormal Daytona race, honestly. A green race from start to finish, full 65 laps under green, and it ends off with one of the most hectic finishes in NFRL this season. Smalley works himself to the start-finish line, and he's gonna burn it down. A well-deserved burnout for the number 57. Congratulations to Smalley. My goodness. We'll get a replay, because I'm interested in how that all played out. Especially with this second pack. With that whole front pack wiping out. That flipped the doors. Open for that second pack to get a good finish. The question is, did they even get a good finish? Because they were wrecking across the wire. And this is 2 to go, by the way. See that second pack all the way behind. Alright, here we go. We're coming to the white flag. So, we'll see what happened here. Looks like, ooh, a bad push. Knocked the 61 sideways, and here they go to the white with the second pack. They're 3 wide across the wire. No wrecking there. Kirk Marble loses all those spots. Oh! And there was a wreck into 1. Vince Marsh gets involved. I think that was Presley Gilson who hits the outside wall hard. And that eliminates a couple from the second pack. Oh, 1 car gets on the double yellow line. They go 4 wide for momentarily. And a couple cars are merging into each other. The 10 goes around. Now we're left with 7. And here they go to the start-finish line. It's a matter of blocking as Kemp is still merging with Harmon. Contact is made. Around goes Kemp, hard in the outside wall. Luckily, they cross the start-finish line, all in the top 15. Man, I have no words. Full results going to be shown right in front of your screen. Kyle Smalley going to round it out in first. Liam Sheen second. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. in third. Cosmin Ionescu in fourth. Chris Roll in fifth. John Furness, Carl Hanwork, Kevin Foster, Matt Kemp, Jason Kizem round out the top 10. Thomas Harmon, Connor Crichton, Morgan Baird, Joshua Stiles, Vince Marsh, Evan Rice, Tyler Logan, Mark Stryker, Chase Bonser, Zach Nichols. Going around at the top 20, Kirk Marble, Presley Gilson, Jared Heatre, Derek Winter, Charlton Milley, Parker Tatro, Pete Gilson, Jaden Kortachi. Going to round out the rest of the field. Kortachi did not make a lap. Congratulations to number 57 to Kyle Smalley. We'll be right back right after this. Going to interview the top 3. Kyle Smalley, Liam Sheen, and Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Be right back right after this.
Okay, we're going to keep this quick.
Because at Blaze Pizza,
Artisanal quality at crazy fast speed is what we're all about.
Fresh dough made from scratch daily.
Walk the line and choose any toppings you'd like.
It's all one price.
Then it's just 180 seconds in our blazing hot oven.
For fast fire perfection.
That's Blaze Pizza. Sound good?
Then come check us out and build your own pizza at Blaze Pizza.
And we're back here live after the Daytona 130, presented by Butt Kicker, the one and only tool used for sim racing and simulating the vibrations on the sim. Butt Kicker, attach it anywhere on the sim and let it fly. Check them out and use the code NORSE20 to get 20% off of all products on the website. Also presented by Blaze Pizza. Go ahead and check them out on, well, I don't even have a description on my Twitch account, unfortunately, but just go ahead and check them out. They're good. I haven't tried it yet, but pizza's always good. We're gonna drag in the top 3 here. Actually, we'll just drag them in right now. And in first goes that number 57, Kyle Smalley. And Smalley, what the heck? How in the world did you get that one?
I have no idea, man. That was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, man. With that white flag, with the white flag coming out, we went green from start to finish somehow. I have no idea how that went, but you went green from start to finish. You found yourself in the main pack, coming to the white, and they started wrecking. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, first off, well, I got the pole, so I wanted to stay in the lead or front pack as long as I could. So my buddy Chris and I, he's my teammate, we worked together pretty much the whole race, pitted together. So we tried to stay up front the longest, and then really working together really good towards the end of that race. And then I guess just being lucky at the end of that race to where I didn't get caught in that wreck.
Yeah, man. Luck played into your favor, but you couldn't have done it without a teammate. That number 6 was pushing you all the way from start to finish.
Yeah, he's one of my really good friends, so I owe him a lot.
Yeah, and without it, I don't think you would have been with that lead pack.
Not even close.
Yeah. Speaking of being in the lead pack, during pit stops, what was your strategy to get yourself maintained up there?
Well, I have a pit board that's also like iFlag, and so it tells me how much gas I need to make it to the end. So I added a little bit extra for just in case we had green, white, checkered, and I only took left side tires so we could get up front and keep the lead. But I think Chris's pit stop, he messed up. He accidentally took 4, and so I was up front for a little bit by myself. But once he caught up, we started working together again.
Yeah, and it was enough for you to take the white, and not only the white, the checkered flag. Congratulations, man. Kyle Smalley picking up his first here tonight at Daytona. Any sponsor to thank for tonight's race?
I'd like to thank my dad. He really helped me out getting started on iRacing. And just my teammate, Chris.
Alright, man. 10-4. Kyle Smalley going to pick up his first checkered flag from the pole all the way to the start-finish line. Congratulations, man. Can't wait to talk to you coming next week.
Awesome. Thank you.
That was Kyle Smalley in the number 57. We're going to go ahead and scoot back one position to Liam Sheen, who is probably the 6th car, the odd one out, I'd say, but somehow, as Daytona goes, as is, you pulled yourself into 2nd place, man. Liam Sheen, you started in 10th. How was your day overall?
Really great. I just gotta say that, gotta give a huge thanks to Chase Bonser and everyone at Proximity Racing for letting me work with them. Get some, pit strategy going with those guys. It's a shame that, Chase got involved in that, incident on pit road, but